And welcome back to the Dark Souls playthrough. It seems like this has been going on forever, and we're finally at the end. We've killed all of the major bosses, and the only one that's remaining is Gwyn, Lord of Cinder, who can be a total pain in the ass, especially for melee characters. To get to him, we have to go talk to our serpent, be it Cath or Frampt, and they'll bring us down to, I don't know what this zone's called, where we place the Lord Vessel, and that's actually going to let us open up the door that leads to Gwyn. And this is kind of the unofficial or official PvP area for late game characters once you open these doors up. And it's kind of for duels. It's not necessarily as much for ganking and whatnot that you might be accustomed to with being a Dark Wraith. You always want to make sure that you rested the Lord Vessel in addition to just placing the souls into it, because that's going to give you a full 20 Estus Flasks, and you're probably going to need them for this zone and fight. The zone itself is actually pretty small. There's only 5 or 6 enemies that you have to fight before you actually get to the boss, and it's all the Black Knights. One for each weapon type, so if you did not get their weapons through the playthrough, this is actually where you can farm them. They respawn each time you die or visit the bonfire. And they have a really high, if not 100% chance to drop Titanite shards of every color. So if at this point you haven't maxed out your enchants on your weapons and armor, this is the place to farm the shards for those. You can't get the Titanite slabs, but you can pretty much get everything else here. This is also where you'd find the summon sign for Knight Solaire. Unfortunately, I messed up on something in this playthrough and he wasn't there for me. In one of my playthroughs, I was able to bring Solaire, or one or two of my playthroughs, I brought Solaire into the final encounter with me, and it really trivialized the encounter, because pretty much the final boss just goes straight for Solaire, and then you can just mob on him. That's not the case this playthrough. We're also going to find the final set of armor in the game, I guess, which is the Black Knight set, and that's going to be up ahead. That's the armor that these knights are wearing. I guess technically the final set would be the armor that you can buy from the vendor, which is, I believe, Lord Gwyn's armor set, but you'd have to do that in New Game Plus, I think, and that would be the guy that sells all of the boss armors, which is the guy that you find first in the depths, and then he shows up in the Firelink Shrine later. I don't have the stats to properly wear this sword, but it is pretty fucking awesome looking. I would totally use that if I had the right stats for it. Because again, you know, maybe it is or maybe it's not as good as this Zweithander, even with the Sunlight Blade, but it does look pretty awesome nonetheless. I'm currently playing an early build or a preview copy of Risen 2 that the publisher, or the the publisher sent me for the PC, and I'm having a great time with it. I'm about 8 hours into it, but I can't record my my gameplay or anything. I have to use footage that they provide for the video that I'm gonna do. But once the game comes out, it's entirely possible that I might do a playthrough of that game because it's really neat. Now, I just picked up the Black Knight armor, and I'm going to see how much I'm going to wear, but I'm definitely going to end up wearing this. Whether or not the stats are better or not is, to me, I don't know, the coolest set of armor in the game. Maybe beyond Ornstein's set. It's kind of a toss-up. I didn't get that in this playthrough because I killed Smo, or Smog. Maybe it's Smo. I don't know. The fat ass in Anor Londo. I'm rambling. yeah, that's a pretty cool looking set there. Even with the hat, I'm not a huge fan of the hat. I think I like the brass helmet better, but the perks of this helmet giving me, you know, a more faith, or make my my faith spells hit harder is worth wearing it. And it kind of goes with, I don't know, it kind of looks like it might be kind of Paladin-y. Is that a word? It's not. That doesn't matter. Apparently this one has more hit points than the other ones. It's got the badass axe too. Well, that's bullshit. Both of those times I was in the right spot for a backstab. I don't know why I didn't fucking do it. And that's it. Those are the final enemies before the boss. It doesn't look like I took any damage, so I've still got my 20 Estus flasks. Now, when you come in here, Gwyn's gonna run right at you, and he's gonna do a jump move that can knock you down and do some serious damage. My strategy is to run over to the left here around this rock, and the entire fight I'm just gonna pivot around it and wait for him to come at me with a grab move. And when he does the grab move, I'll go in for an R2 and then rinse and repeat that. Ideally, he should not hit me that much. I've got my Sunlight Blade on. Oh, he hits hard though. Which gives a cool spell effect. But you can see, you know, I was talking about it a lot of times before. He's got his sword here with a fire enchant on it, but you can actually see the fire. Why is it when we buy a fire enchant we don't see that spell effect on the weapons? It's really stupid. I wish they would have implemented that. It would have, well, a lot more people would get the fire enchant, that's for damn sure. I love this music for this boss fight. It's a total epic boss battle music. All calm and shit. There, he just did his grab move so I can get a hit in. Gives you a little bit of time. And again, I've got the Chloranthy ring on, so I've got fast stamina regeneration. So even if he does get a hit on me, I'll be able to get my stamina back quickly. That was risky. I'm surprised he didn't retaliate there. You know, every type of character is going to have a different strategy on this boss. You could go, you know, load up with the Havel's Ring with lots of really heavy armor and poise and just go toe-to-toe with the guy. You know, dexterity characters are going to want to maximize on parrying him. I guess that's the easiest way to do it. If you're good at parrying, I'm terrible at it. You know, my Sorcerer had no problem because of the Crystal Homing Mass spell kind of just went after him. Oh, buddy. Oh. Alright. Being that I'm not farming the shards or anything here, I just sprint past all of the enemies. Makes it a lot easier to get to this guy. It's like a 30-second run, if that, so I just cut it out anyway. No sense in watching me do that. We'll try this again. You know, doing this method that I do where I kind of rotate, cut him around the rock and hit only when he does his grab move can really prolong this fight, but it's really, in my opinion, the easiest way to defeat him. And again, this is the final video in this playlist, or in this playthrough. But at the end of this, after I defeat the boss, I'll actually take you through and show you all the characters that I've created in the game. Because now that I finally have my internet connection back, I can actually bring them online and maybe do some PvP or co-op to record some additional videos. So at the end of this video, we'll look through all the characters, and you tell me which one you want to see me take online for PvP action. To the best of my ability. Lots of them are like in their levels 80s and 90s, one's even 100. So some of those can be a little bit more difficult to find PvP matches. I think most PvP happens officially at level 60 or 70 maybe, and then 120. I can't confirm that. I haven't tried PvP for a while. I've been without internet since December and just got it back recently in early March, so. If you watch my health bar, you can see that it is very slowly regenerating, and that's from the heal over time effect from the Sanctus shield that I'm wearing. I was thinking that it would not be quite as effective, or rather I should have used a different shield that had 100% block value, because you can see right there I took some damage even though I didn't deplete my stamina all the way because of that. But it kind of makes up for itself over time as it heals your life bar. I wish though that when you upgrade the shield, it increased the rate at which you regenerated your health, but then that might be kind of overpowered for PvP. I don't know. Or maybe they put a huge faith requirement on it. That would have made sense. I think there already is a big faith requirement on it. It should totally have a larger, at least double or triple what it is now to make it more viable, but I'm kind of wearing it just because it looks cool, and because it's a faith-based shield, it makes sense to have on this Paladin character. It's actually a pretty cool armor set, just all around with that helmet and everything. It's hard to tell though. It looks like maybe he has like this big old fluffy beard, or if that's his shoulder pads. I can't really tell. One thing that's for damn sure is he hits hard as shit. Even with, you know, I'm in, it's not heavy armor, I guess it's a full medium set. But, you know, one swing of that sword's gonna knock away half your health. You've got to get out of there if he's mobbing on you. There we go. Praise the sun. That's all she wrote, I guess. Now, if you recall my Sorcerer playthrough, there's two endings to the game. I walked out of the room after I killed him here. This one I'm going to touch the bonfire, and that's going to give us the second ending. It's going to give you 80,000 souls, and then you'll start right away in the New Game Plus. So, but you can't spend them until you get to until you get to the Firelink Shrine. So you've got to be careful not to die while in the tutorial zone in New Game Plus. So there's my character. End of this playthrough. I don't know. I had fun. I thought this one was a lot more fun than the Sorcerer overall. And here's all my characters. We're going to cycle through them real quick, and then I'll actually go in and hit that toggle display button, which gives us more detail. If you enjoyed this playthrough as a whole, I'd love some thumbs up. Leave some comments and let me know about it. And, you know, it's always beneficial for me when people, you know, link these characters. What am I saying? Link these videos on forums and whatnot. So if you're an avid reader on a Dark Souls side, I'd love if somebody could share this playlist. So anyway, here's the character I just played, Pally. Clever name, huh? Everything there we've seen before. Broloff is going to be my first Paladin character that I made. Full Sunlight Brotherhood. He's based on wearing heavy armor. You can see he's in, that's actually Ornstein's armor there, but he's got very similar gear. He's using a claymore instead of this Zweihander, and he's got a similar helmet that's going to maximize my miracles. Looks like I've got the Greater Lightning Bolt, Wrath of the Gods. This is Fisticuffs. This is my rogue. I think he's my highest level character right now. Level 99 in New Game Plus. He's got the Quelaag's Fury Sword. I can't tell exactly what shield that is, what armor. He doesn't look the coolest, but he's pretty good. This Pyro Ninja I created is somebody based on dexterity and pyromancy. I actually maxed out pyromancy first. It looks like I'm wearing the Sunlight Maggot head, and I've got the Uchigatana as my primary sword there, I think. Fun character, full pyromancer, maxed out pyromancy. Kind of a Matrix looking gear setup. Chicken Head is my, I think this is the first character I beat the game, first character I beat the game with. A Sorcerer build with the Big Hat Logan hat. Barbarian is a character I was fucking around with, trying to play the game as a barbarian wearing nothing but, you know, loincloth and a bag on his head with big weapons and high HP. I didn't get very far yet because it's really hard without armor. Big Nig, no racism intended, is my kind of arms warrior, heavy gear. He's got the Sif's or the Artoris Great Shield there with his Zweihander lightning. Big dude. Fun to play as well. Big Dick Willie. This is the first character I beat the game with, Pyromancer. Primarily Pyromancer. He's got just looks like the stone armor. Just a fucked up build. I don't even know how I have that. I must be wearing Havel's ring with that to be able to wear all that stuff. Mask of the Child for stamina regen. And that's it. Those are all my characters. I hope that you enjoyed all of this. It's been fun making this. I don't know what I'm going to do now that I'm not making Dark Souls videos every night. Well, stay tuned. Maybe we'll come up with something. See you later.